Please welcome Workato founder and Chief Executive Officer, Vijay Tella.
Welcome to WOW. Welcome to the Agentic era. So full of promise, but so far, still short on KPI impact. Every vendor wants you to place high-stakes bet on their agent story. Don't gamble. Transformation only happens in our core systems, and those cut across hundreds of our applications. Today, we'll show you what real agents look like, how they work, the transformative impact they can have, and why only Workato can help deliver them for you. I think I forgot my clicker. Thank you, Matt. So there you go. So Workato is a platform that comes alive only through the creativity, ambition, and persistence of our customers. And we're privileged to work with thousands of customers and hundreds of partners globally, all of these and many more. And I see many of you here today. Sanjay from Lucid Motors, Padmaja from OpenAI, Jacob from Reddit. You, across companies, you challenged us, pushed us, and made us better. You made Workato what it is. So from all of us at Workato, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I want you to give yourself a big round of applause. So the past 10 years, we've been focused on one thing: enterprise orchestration. It is about connecting to all your apps and orchestrating all of your data, workflows, experiences, and now AI to shape the future you want. Our approach fuses ETL, API management, iPaaS, business process management, and other tools to help orchestrate end-to-end processes in a way that has not been done before. These end-to-end processes are what define who we are and what sets us apart. Processes like order to cash, employee onboarding, this is where our KPIs live. DSO, for example, is connected to order to cash. A drop in 3 days of our TSO immediately impacts our cash flow. So transforming and leveling up these processes is what agents must all be about. But that's not where agents are operating today. Today, we're spending a lot of money on agents, but we're not seeing any impact. They're focused on these tasks like summarizing email and actioning follow-ups, or maybe putting up an SDR agent on your website that is automatically answering your product support questions. Useful, but they don't really move the needle. They are focused on little things. They are often wrong confidently and go down rabbit holes. They skip steps or duplicate them. Their security is YOLO, or you only live once. And they're opaque. We don't know how they're working, so we can't trust what we can't understand. So this is the state of agents today. See, our environment is complex. We have hundreds of apps and databases and legacy systems and unstructured documents and things where our business runs. And our processes run through every single one of them. So AI needs relevant context from all of our systems in order to make good decisions and help us make plans for better processes. And these agents lack our trust to be able to act in our core systems. So let's double-click on this a little bit. Let's use an example. Carter, in our company, orders shoes from an Italian company. And 2 days later, he calls in saying they're late. They're a couple of days late, and an agent from a CRM company will tell it that the order looks good. Can I just file a ticket for you? An agent that's connected to all your applications, your logistics systems, your SAP, and your CRM will tell you that the order is stuck in LA. It's much better Only Workato gives you real-time, relevant context across all of your applications, so you make accurate decisions. But accuracy is just baseline. The second context that we need is process context. This is much more important. This is because, as we said, our business runs in these processes. We are defined by these processes. So your order may be good in Salesforce, your address may be correct in logistics systems, and your payment information may be fine in SAP, but only a process-aware agent knows that this order is stuck in LA, and it can remediate this order and reroute it and get it to counter as fast as it can. That is smart, and that's what our best employees would do. But smart is not the ceiling. When our agents are connected to all of the signals across our company and across our ecosystem, and they can go superhuman. A process-aware agent that detects a tariff hold in LA realizes there are 100 other orders that are impacted by it, finds warehouses that are still shipping those, and reroutes all of them before any of these customers have even noticed the problem. That is game-changing. These agents are proactive, they're working in parallel, they're operating at a level of scale and impact that is just only possible through machines. They help even our most elite employees go to a level they cannot go on their own. Our employees go from playing defense and resolving issues to being proactive. When we have these kind of agents across our company in every part of business, the impact is staggering. It is transformational. This is what will separate winning companies from those that are getting left behind. And this is why we are so obsessed with the potential of Agentic, despite all the challenges that are pretty obvious out there. So this brings us to the second issue that is holding agents back. We're not able to trust agents to act on our core applications and systems. So this is what every CIO I've talked to over the last couple of years, some variation of this, that we don't trust AI to act in our core processes. We don't want AI to update our SAP or Salesforce or Workday or any of these core systems. So it's not just you. A fellow workflow automation, a CTO of a fellow workflow automation company recently said a couple of weeks ago that structured workflows beat autonomous agents every single time. They ran the tests, and they could not get agents to work. They're wrong. They're missing something very important. Not only can agents work well, they can work phenomenally well, and we'll show you today how. So what seems to be the root problem here? AI is stochastic. It is probabilistic. It makes different decisions every time it is presented with the same problem. And as CIOs, we need predictability in how our core systems operate. And that felt like a conundrum when we started working with many of you. How do we resolve this issue? And solving for that together has been the second big unlock for us, probably the biggest one. And the answer to that was what we came up, the concept called enterprise skills. To understand enterprise skills, let's look at a human skill. Picking up this glass of water and getting a drink. I mean, this is a skill that I learned a long time ago. It's dialed in, it's baked in. The pressure with which I hold that plastic glass, the distance, the angle, all dialed in. I'm not thinking about it. It's the same thing with enterprise skills. When an order comes into our companies, we create an invoice. That's not something that we want to reinvent, AI to reinvent every single time. We want it to trust that it works the same way every time. And we have thousands of these skills across our company. Things like access provisioning, password reset, payment processing. So these are trusted, tested, little atomic workflows that that we know will work, and we can sleep at night. These are different from these end-to-end processes: customer experience, employee experience, order to cash. Those are the big processes are where we need to do innovation, while these little atomic workflows are things that we just should run the same way every single time. And it's not just that they need to run the same way every single time, it's how they interact with our core systems must be trusted. They must be totally secure. They should only be able to do what their role is scoped for. An expense agent working with our HR system should not be able to access the payroll. And Social Security is PII that is not needed in any of our most of our workflows. That should be obfuscated. And these skills must be transactional, so they're not duplicating the processing of these invoices or skipping an invoice or making a payment twice. And they must be resilient to failures, because failures happen all the time. When NetSuite is down for maintenance and an order comes into SAP, we want to make sure that that order eventually gets to NetSuite and is processed properly every single time. You don't want to have to think about it. And these skills must be explainable. What are they doing exactly, the detailed audit trail of all of that, so you understand when there's a problem, what's going on. Without that, you can't trust them. So we need these atomic workflows that are super secure, resilient, transaction explainable. This is what enterprise skills are, and without these, we're not going to have AI working in our core systems. For those of you that are building agents, I've got some rock-solid advice. You can take it to the bank. Nobody's talking about this, but if you want to build core agents that are transformational in our company, they must act only through enterprise skills and never raw APIs. Acting through raw APIs is like my brain teaching me how to pick up that glass or tie my shoelaces every single time. Not helpful, can be disastrous. So this whole thing, this area was a huge unlock for us to help make progress in bringing AI to the core of the enterprise. Now, what is exciting to me is over the last 10 years, this community has built 900,000 skills, proven skills like these that I showed across every department, across every industry. These are skills that any of us, these are publicly available skills on Workato, any of us can use to get a head start on building amazing agents today. So to bring it all together, what you need to make what we call these core agents possible is the full relevant enterprise context, process context, real-time signals, data foundation, and enterprise skills, so we can trust these agents to act in our core systems and we can sleep at night. So what are these core agents? Core agents have a purpose. The purpose is defined by their KPI. That is their North Star. They have a job description to go along with these KPIs. And they have all the context they need, the solid data foundation, all of the process context across every process in the company, the real-time signals so they can go superhuman, and they have this foundation of trusted atomic workflows that are secure, private, and resilient. And enterprise orchestration is what brings these enterprise skills together. So enterprise orchestration and AI are like the yin and the yang. AI without enterprise orchestration will leave you at the edges doing little tasks, will never transform what you need, it will never be transformative. And enterprise orchestration without AI is just the structured workflows, as someone said. They are deterministic, they only do what you program them to do. They are not going to respond, they're not going to understand what's going to is happening in your business. They're not going to adapt and help you become better and level up. Enterprise orchestration is as deep as AI, and they're completely complementary, And you need both to work together to make core agents and AI in the enterprise possible. So this has been a journey for us. We've learned so much over the last couple of years. It's been entirely working with about 80 customers very deeply on their core agents driving core transformation. You're going to hear from some of them today. And this is what led us to some important unlocks, things like KPI-driven and being KPI-driven and what that means in your platform, skills, the context, and many other things I'll talk about. So we announced this platform, Workato One, in March, and today it's generally available for everybody. So Workato One is the most complete and comprehensive platform for you to build core agents that will work at the core of your business. You can create and deliver these faster, and they're secure out of the box. It comes with the complete enterprise orchestration capability for context and skills, and all of the agentic capabilities. And we are excited to introduce the Workato Go Agent Board. This is the place that we will all go to work in the agentic economy, and I'll talk about that in a bit. So there's a lot in that platform. You're going to learn a lot about this in the next couple of days, but I want to talk about a few things that are all unique. You're not going to hear about this anywhere else. The first is Aero. Aero is this super agent that helps our core agents build skills dynamically when the pre-built skills are not enough. And it also helps our people build skills and agents with the full dev, test, production, governance lifecycle. So you can trust these skills that Aero produces. Agent Acumen is this technology where our KPIs are connected to deep, detailed telemetry across all our processes in our company, because to be KPI-driven and to optimize our processes, we must be connected to this telemetry. That's what Agent Acumen does. We are an orchestration company. There are agents all over the place from thousands of companies, and we'll help orchestrate them all together and with Workato's agents. Agent Trust is built in with this platform. Total encryption, access control, privacy PII, and enterprise MCP. Workato brings the most comprehensive, but most importantly, the only MCP foundation that you can trust at the core of your enterprise. It comes with MCP for over 10,000 applications that we all use in our companies, and all of these 900,000 skills are available as MCPs. So you can build core agents that you can trust. Workato is the only MCP that gives you that. And Go, I'm so excited about the Workato Go and the Go Action Board. You're going to see a lot of it today. For the last couple of years, Satya from Microsoft and Benioff and everybody else, they're talking about what is the future of Agentic, and it's not SaaS. So if it's not SaaS, what is it? It is going to look something exactly like Go. It is going to be this work experience where work comes to you and the agents get the work done for you, and we're working with our agents and colleagues in a completely different way than what we do today across all of our thousands of applications. We have over 500 ISVs that partner with us closely. They embed Workato today for their integrations. And every one of them having a deep, differentiated agentic strategy in their ecosystem is core to them. And Workato Agentic, Workato One for ISVs gives these ISVs everything they need to build a differentiated agentic strategy, deliver core agents that will also show up in Go, and it can differentiate them from the big guns out there. What I'm super excited about is two new directions that we are going that we're really looking forward to. One is developers. They're doing amazing work with tools like LangChain, Replit, Cursor. We are expanding Workato's surface to support the creativity and experimentation of this developer community. The second is we opened our San Francisco AI lab with the acquisition of a frontier research company called XMAT.ai, and this team is already making a difference. Adam Seligman, who joined us as a CTO recently, runs both of these initiatives, and he has a keynote right after mine. I highly recommend that you tune in for that. It's super exciting. So, Workato has the most complete vision and the most comprehensive platform for IT, business, ISVs, developers, and AI researchers to build deep enterprise agentic solutions. In my conversations with you all over the last 6 months, every one of you, every CIO I have met, says they are getting pitched agentic so often. They're talking to several vendors a week on their agentic story. And it's hard for them to tell the difference because we are all saying somewhat similar things. We all say context, action, orchestration, automation, but what we mean by this is very different. So what they mean by enterprise orchestration is MCP and API and tools to connect to systems in your company and do these tasks, and workflows to stitch together a set of actions. That's a very shallow and a super basic view of agents that can work for our personal agents, but not in the enterprise. It actually reminds me of a funny clip from my younger days from this movie, Crocodile Dundee. Let's see it.
You got a light, buddy? Yeah, sure, kid. There you go. And your wallet.
Nick, give him your wallet.
What for?
He's got a knife.
That's a knife. That's a knife.
Okay. So that's not enterprise orchestration. This is enterprise orchestration. Now, I've spent my entire career making systems work. I know the challenges you face. And AI is shining a super bright light on those challenges. Those are really holding us back. You need an awesome data foundation. You need workflows and process orchestration. And you need sort of ultimate security. Then you need total access control, privacy, encryption, and governance. And and we need high performance, reliability, transactionality, and observability and explainability. What used to be an alphabet soup of these categories, Workato has refactored into one powerful enterprise orchestration platform, the most powerful enterprise orchestration platform in the world. You see, the execution power of our enterprise orchestration platform matches the awesome reasoning and generative power of AI. And that is what you need to take into your AI fights. So these are not just checklist items. These are very deep capabilities. We need each one of these in order to go agentic in the enterprise. And GPT-8 is not going to solve these problems for you. And only Workato brings all of this that you need to go agentic. SaaS companies have a slice of data, and they certainly have no idea about security and governance across all other systems. Data warehouses have no idea of what processes are, and processes are like core to agents. And these enterprise search companies, they're great for knowledge bots, but they can't do transactions. And all of this alphabet soup of integration technologies, business BPM, it knows about processes, doesn't have connectivity. iPaaS is great for connectivity, but doesn't know processes. RPA is for your legacy. API is a religion. You have data. So all of these, this is another kind of silos that are going to, that is going to hold you back. And all of these DIY tools, they're fun, they're easy to adopt, easy to get going, but you will have, for each of these agents, you have to build all of these underlying things that you need to be able to have them go live. What Workato does, it starts you at an 80% completion point. It solves all the hard problems for you, so you can focus on just building the agents. And the business, the KPIs, and moving that's what you focus on. Only Workato gives you that. So, as we've been on this journey, we launched our first agentic platform last year, version 1, and a few agents that we've been working with you all on, and custom agents. Earlier this year, entering this year, we had a leadership offsite, and it was very clear to us that we have arrived. We have attacked enough hard problems. We have done enough of the unlocking that we can now aim to go agentic across the company in a deep way. Your companies and ours. So the mandate I gave to our leadership is to take a look at every part of our company and level it up significantly. What does leveling up significantly means? We identified 28 core KPIs that determine that account for 98% of our business. And from growth and retention, CSAT, ENPS, cash flow, and we chartered the execs responsible for these functions, for these KPIs, to think big and bring the big guns of AI enterprise orchestration to bear to level up these KPIs dramatically. We have big goals for each of these KPIs. And they, in turn, worked super closely with our CIO and our IT team to be able to do this with governance and guardrails and guidance. So now let's just see all this stuff. I'd like to introduce Carter Bussey, Workato CIO, to just show you what these agents look like.